These are little holes I put in my tarpaulin, which means I really do need to either buy another tarpaulin or just get this welding completed and get it watertight. Hey, I need to get rid of these tarps. Well, it's good to know that the water getting through the tarpaulin is flowing in the right direction and going all the way down here until we get to this little hole, and then it drops down. Okie dokie. Let's get this work done. Never been done, so obviously water can get down there. So I've welded this. That's the side. Water will drain out. This bit here, I just cut it just for today, just a small amount, but it'll probably be bigger. Box steel will go in behind it. Well, as a handrail. Now, what I'm going to do is temporarily paint the whole thing. It's just like this, paint it like that, so that it won't rust as it did earlier.
It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring.
So the tarpaulins are now no longer holding water. The good news is my welding from yesterday is lovely and dry. Whereas on this side, where my welding has never been completed, so you can see the water streaming in because I've never done the final weld. So here is really bad because it actually isn't welded, and it never was. I just stopped at that point. And the water is now just flowing straight in, but it's coming on the inside of the boat, dribbling down, and it's filling up the bilges down here. You can see the water filling up. All of the water coming off the roof is now being drained down into this area. Here on the other side, where I've welded all the way to the very end, the water is coming in dripping through there, but it lands on the outside of the curve here. A nice little water feature there. So there's holes in the tarp. I mean, there's several layers of tarpaulin. Look at that big hole there. So none of this holding water. But if I could get it to drain off, look at the state of it. There's not much left of this. With the torrential rain yesterday, I decided to ignore it. Of course, now with all the torrential rain, it's in all the boats. I have to replace the tarpaulin for Georgia, which I bought. This is a proper serious tarpaulin, as opposed to the cheapy ones that get eaten alive by ultraviolet light. So Georgia is going to have a nice new red top when I'm finished here, and no more water will get in. And hopefully by the end of the day, Linda will also have a nice new welded top, and I'll be able to get rid of all the crappy tarpaulins on that as well. Fingers crossed. All done. Almost looks like I spent some money on it. I think it was about February 2020, so just before the pandemic was really taking hold, we had a huge storm, and my tonneau cover, which covered that, went off, disappeared. I think I was away in Tenerife at the time, came back to discover that the thing was missing. So this has been my temporary measure ever since, because I got a quote for £700 for a new tonneau cover. £38. Dry, 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 dry. Dry, dry, dry. Dry. Wet. 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 Ah, God. She's a lovely woman. I'm going to make a screen. I've got all the covers up. I'm ready to go. This is my heater, and I'm going to dry out everything here, make sure it's bone dry, and then we're going to get rid of all of that rust. Let's get a notch out. As the tarpaulin has so many holes in it, it's pointless having it. But now I can get rid of this as well. That's quite wobbly. Let's just cut this damn thing off. Let's just cut it off. Cut it off. I've actually been quite lucky here. I have a piece of steel which will fit this, and what I want to do is rebuild the bit that goes around. I will make a mark, draw across there. I will then cut that and then weld it on top, and then I will cut off whatever needs to be chopped off. Hello. I have this block of wood. It is the height of that. So I will now take this and with my pencil draw a line that will follow the curve of that. Alrighty, let's cut this little bad boy. cut there, bring it in, boom. And that's all the plasma cutting for tonight. So we've got our last piece of steel for the night, and we're going to put it here, put it along there, and we're going to have to do a bit of banging. You can see it's gone warped since I was welding it in place. This has a certain aged quality to it. Anyway, time to play with the air gun. I have a full tank of air. Yeah. So I've cut the bottom so that it's shaped. It's got a curve on it now. I'm telling you something. I got talk about lucky with the measurement. Literally, that's about the limit. So what I'm going to do now is just very quickly spot weld it into place, just so that it'll be secure and I can go in and finish the day really. Right, so got to put that door back up here. So I've got to make a ridge for that, come down and cut that properly. And this will be the door, obviously. Okay, there we go, 52 centimeters. That's 40mm tubular steel, so we're going to make a trough out of it. there's still obviously this to do, that to do, and then clean all these welds, and there's welding to be done behind there, but now it's fully enclosed. There's the curve. Amazing. But still, here's the other one, and now the door is reinstated. It's got too late now, so I'm going to stop. This door is just a little too short, and I need to put a bit of steel at the end of it to close it off, and then everything to do with constructing the raising of the roof will have been completed, apart from cosmetics. Check out that really dodgy curve. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I did it. That's what matters. I did it, and I like what I did.